Welcome to World Wrap, your global snapshot for Tuesday, May 27, 2025. Here's what's happening around the world. Gaza Ceasefire Chaos. Hamas reportedly agrees to a US-backed truce, but Washington and Israel deny the deal. India's economic ascent surpasses Japan to become the world's fourth largest economy. Ukraine war. Russia claims new advances in the northeast as EU plans major defense spending boost. Cyber tensions. China accuses Taiwan of orchestrating a tech company cyberattack. And later, Formula One gets a major new global partner. In Southeast Asia, regional economic integration takes a significant leap forward with China and ASEAN countries completing negotiations on an upgraded free trade agreement. This version 3.0 of the China-ASEAN Free Trade Area, or CAFTA, reportedly focuses on future-facing sectors like the digital economy, green technology, and strengthening supply chain resilience. Analysts suggest this pact aims to promote inclusive and sustainable growth amid global trade uncertainties. Meanwhile, in business and technology, Australian mining giant BHP today unveiled its first industry artificial intelligence hub in Singapore, aiming to accelerate AI adoption in the resources sector and address challenges like safety and productivity. There are also new plans for Malaysia and Singapore to potentially import offshore wind power from Vietnam via a new subsea cable. In East Asia, geopolitical tensions are simmering as Japan today accused China of conducting unauthorized maritime scientific research within its exclusive economic zone near the remote Okinatori Island. Tokyo has lodged a diplomatic protest. In South Korea, the political landscape is active with liberal frontrunner Lee Jae-myung reportedly leading in opinion polls just a week ahead of the snap presidential election scheduled for June 3rd. This election follows the impeachment and removal of former President Yoon Suk-yeol. Across South Asia, India has achieved a major economic milestone, officially surpassing Japan to become the world's fourth largest economy, according to NITI Aayog. Projections suggest India could displace Germany for the third rank within the next 3 years, fueled by strong growth expected to remain above 6%. On a more cautionary note, an Indian coastal state is on alert today after a ship carrying hazardous cargo capsized. Thankfully, all 24 crew members were rescued by the Indian Navy. In China, authorities today accused Taiwan of orchestrating a cyberattack on an unnamed technology company in Guangdong province. Officials alleged the foreign hacker organization behind the attack was supported by Taiwan's Democratic Progressive Party. This accusation adds another layer to the already complex cross-strait relations. On the business front, China continues to emphasize supply chain resilience, with strategies like the China Plus One model being actively discussed by companies looking to diversify their manufacturing and sourcing. And in a display of its growing robotics prowess, China recently hosted a world-first humanoid robot kickboxing competition, drawing significant public attention. Across Africa, economic reforms and technological advancements are making headlines. Kenya plans to sell a portion of its 35% stake in East Africa's largest telecom operator, Safaricom, aiming to raise approximately $1.16 billion in the 2025-2026 financial year. This move is part of a broader strategy to generate revenue amid growing fiscal pressures. Elsewhere, South Africa has announced a new partnership with the United Arab Emirates to collaborate on establishing a dedicated South African satellite. This project aims to enhance the country's space technology capabilities, building on the UAE's expertise in satellite development. In Australia, global automation leader Omron today launched a new state-of-the-art proof-of-concept center in Sydney. The facility, co-located with Western Sydney University, is designed to empower manufacturers across Australia and New Zealand by advancing sovereign manufacturing capabilities in areas like robotics, artificial intelligence, and the Internet of Things. Across the Pacific, nations continue to grapple with the impacts of climate change. The recent passing of Motarelavoa Hildalini of Vanuatu, a passionate advocate for decolonization and a nuclear-free Pacific, has also been acknowledged across the region, highlighting her significant contributions to Pacific leadership. In the Middle East, conflicting reports surround a potential Gaza ceasefire. Al Jazeera sources today claimed Hamas has agreed to a U.S.-proposed 60-day truce that includes a phased release of captives. However, U.S. officials have reportedly denied that a deal has been reached, calling the proposal Hamas agreed to unacceptable. Israel also maintains its stance on continuing operations until its objectives are met. Meanwhile, tensions flared in Jerusalem as far-right marchers reportedly attacked Palestinians during Israel's Jerusalem Day commemorations, drawing condemnation from opposition leaders. In Europe, the war in Ukraine remains a critical concern. Russian forces have reportedly pushed forward in Ukraine's northeastern Sumy region, occupying 4 border villages, according to Ukrainian local authorities. In response to the ongoing conflict and broader security challenges, the European Union is set to formally approve a €150 billion defense spending plan today. Adding to the complex international dynamics, media reports suggest the US and EU are no longer coordinating their enforcement efforts regarding sanctions against Russia. Meanwhile, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz today clarified earlier comments, stating that the decision allowing Ukraine to use Western-supplied weapons against military targets on Russian territory was made months ago. And in a pointed exchange, the Kremlin has described President Donald Trump as emotional, following Trump's recent remarks calling Russian President Putin absolutely crazy. Across Latin America, Brazil is positioning itself as a leader in digital transformation and artificial intelligence. Recent government initiatives and investments are focused on expanding data center infrastructure, fostering AI development, and driving innovation in sectors like agritech and fintech. This push aims to solidify Brazil's role as a key tech hub in the region. More broadly, many Latin American economies continue to focus on managing inflation and fostering sustainable growth, navigating a complex global economic environment while leveraging regional resources and emerging opportunities. In sports and business, PepsiCo today announced a major multi-year worldwide partnership with Formula One, making Sting Energy, Gatorade, and Doritos official partners of the racing series starting in 2025. And in a nostalgic moment for tennis fans, the Big Four Andy Murray, Roger Federer, and Novak Djokovic joined Rafael Nadal on court at Roland Garros yesterday for an emotional ceremony paying tribute to the Spanish legend. That's World Wrap for Tuesday, May 27, 2025. Like and follow us for more daily updates from around the globe. See you tomorrow.